Hey everyone, this is Adam over here at Datsun Rescue. So I'm going to take a few minutes today, and I have been wanting to make more videos. What I like is the differences between the parts and the applicability for where they go and how they fell on the VIN, production dates, and all that kind of stuff. I really like all that. I like knowing the exactly what part when we're using air quotes here, should have been in the car. We know that on the assembly line they were doing some funny stuff and throwing stuff on parts or on cars. What I say is this, I'm no Datsun parts expert yet. I'm trying to be. So if anything I say you disagree with, this is an open forum discussion on that kind of stuff. I have no problem being wrong with something. Show me that I'm wrong, and that way we can put it on the record, and that way we can help other people. I was recently thinking about it with somebody else not too long ago about how the information for these cars, you look at Chevy cars from the 50s and 60s, there's a lot of information out there, like, on paper, in microfilms, I think they're called. Parts departments still have the motor crash books and stuff. When it comes to Datsun stuff, at least from what I've seen, comparative to other, franchise cars, it's few and far between. So the people that have the information, I think it's good that they share it and that they share anything with the community they can about the difference in applicability with parts. So let's jump into it. So what we're doing today is we're going to compare the original AM Seek radios that came in the 69 and 70 cars, and which would also have come in some of the 71 cars, the early 71 cars, transition cars, as we're called. So what we're looking at here is the underside of these two radios. On the right, we have the green light lens. On the left here, we have the red light lens. My research has led me to believe that the red light lens is the earlier version. So we're looking at the 69, maybe very early 70 cars. These ones would be from whenever they changed from this all the way until they started putting the AM, FM radios in, which I believe would have been sometimes in the middle of 71. Tell me somebody I'm wrong. All right, so some of the differences here that you're going to notice right off the bat, obviously, we're looking at the underside again, like I said. So again, you can see this one has a green lens. This one has a red lens. So another little thing that I've noticed here, they both have this antenna trimmer with a little screw. Not quite sure what an antenna trimmer does, but somebody will know. But if you look down in there, let it focus here. It literally says like antenna trimmer around the washer that's on there. So that's pretty cool. So then you come over here to the green one, second iteration, and that's smooth now. They both say antenna trimmer here, but not there. So that's pretty cool. The other thing that we're going to notice here, so on the earlier ones, or excuse me, the earlier ones here, we're looking at a 4-pin, which is blue is, if I'm correct, blue is power. The red is the illumination. And these are your two stereo or your two speaker wires. And they're all into one plug that goes into the same spot like it does over here. But on here, you have a 3-pin, which just has power and speaker wire, and your illumination gets a butt connector. So another difference right there. Besides that, I really did not see too many differences between these. I was trying to really examine these buttons. All the buttons look like everything's the same. The cases all look the same. We're going to flip it over and take a look there. Mounting appears to be the same from side to side. Antenna switch looks to be exactly the same to me. So now let's take a little flip over. Now we're looking at the top side of both of these. As you can see, they look exactly the same to me. So now let's take a look at the backs. notice no differences. Now I'll flip around to the front. And here we'll see, again, here's our red lens. Here's our green lens. But the rest of the casing to me looks the same. So, I think the major differences that we see here, obviously there may be something internal that I cannot see and that a radio expert would pick out right away. But at least initially what I see here is that they are the same, minus that difference right there with the lens, that antenna trimmer screw on the underside, and the connectors on the back. So again, your later style is going to have the 3-pin. Your earlier style is going to have the 4-pin. And that's what we got. So, hope that helps somebody someday, somewhere. Signing off.